Meta has just revealed a pair of AI-powered glasses so advanced they make every smartphone on the market look outdated. We've all seen smart glasses before, heard the hype, and watched the failures. Google Glass fizzled, Snap spectacles became a toy, and AR headsets have mostly been bulky experiments. But what Meta has done here is different. Less than a year ago, the company showed off a clunky prototype called Orion, essentially a $10,000 science project that overheated, needed a separate computer puck, and lasted only an hour on battery. It was cool technology, but nowhere near a consumer product. Fast forward 10 months, and what Meta is now handing out to reviewers is a finished device, sleeker, lighter, and shockingly capable. It's called the Meta Ray-Ban display, and it blends AR hardware with an AI-powered control system so fluid it feels like science fiction. This isn't about niche glasses anymore. This is about replacing the phone in your pocket. The first thing that shocks you is the display itself. Instead of clumsy full-screen AR, Meta went for something far more focused and useful. A monocle display that appears only in your right eye, slightly below your main line of sight. Think of it as a personal heads-up display, always there but never in the way. The technical specs are staggering for such a tiny form factor. 42 pixels per degree in full color, 5000 nit brightness so it's perfectly visible outdoors, and a waveguide design so refined that light leak is almost non-existent. When you try it outside, it feels like a secret screen in your field of view. No more lifting your phone to check notifications, no more glaring at a watch screen, just a discreet glance and your data is there. A display, however, is nothing without control. This is where Meta's neural band changes the game. Worn on your wrist, it uses surface EMG sensors to read the electrical impulses running through your arm as you make tiny gestures. You don't even need to move your hand visibly. Subtle pinches and twists are enough. Want to scroll? Pinch and swipe. Select a micro gesture. Turn the volume up, pinch, and twist slowly. You memorize a handful of gestures and suddenly you're interacting with a computer in mid-air. No touchscreen required. Meta's engineers have refined this to the point where you can even draw letters in the air for text input. And it works. In testing, full sentences came out perfectly on the first try. This isn't a gimmick, it's fast, accurate, and intuitive. This, more than anything, hints at the future. A decade of smartphones have trained us to tap glass. This band lets you command an interface without touching anything at all. The Orion prototype required a bulky separate computer module. The new Meta glasses, everything is built into the frame. No dangling cables, no belt clip boxes. They weigh just 69 grams. Noticeable but manageable even for non-glasses wearers, and come in two colorways, black and sand, each paired with a matching neural band. The charging case deserves its own applause. It folds flat, stores the glasses, and holds 4 extra charges. This detail might seem minor, but it's the kind of convenience that turns a futuristic gadget into a daily essential. This is where things move from cool tech demo to actual smartphone replacement territory. The display turns features that once required your phone into hands-free, heads-up tools. Instead of speaking commands out loud, you can manage settings, apps, and features entirely via gestures, privately and silently. The built-in cameras already made the Ray-Ban glasses popular for POV video, but now you can see exactly what you're filming and review footage instantly, something you could never do before without a phone screen. WhatsApp integration means you can read and reply to messages or jump into a video call with the person appearing in your HUD while they see your POV. Think about fieldwork, travel, or even journalism. This is a paradigm shift. A rotating map matches your head orientation and gives turn-by-turn signals directly in your view. For anyone with poor sense of direction, it's game-changing and far safer than staring down at a phone while walking. Beamforming microphones isolate the voice in front of you, transcribe it in real time on your display, and if needed, translate it live into your language. Imagine never struggling to understand someone in a crowded or foreign environment again. These aren't gimmicks. These are core smartphone functions: notifications, navigation, messaging, camera, translation, now detached from the phone screen. At $800, the Meta Ray-Ban display is priced like a high-end smartphone. That's intentional. The company almost certainly subsidized the hardware to get it into as many hands as possible. If Meta can normalize wearing a computer on your face, they win the next platform war, just as Apple did with the iPhone. The catch is ecosystem lock-in. Every core app here, messaging, video calls, maps, belongs to Meta. At launch, there's no app store, just a partnership with Spotify for music. You're living in Meta's world, using Meta's AI, Meta's data, Meta's services. That's a privacy debate waiting to happen, but it also means seamless integration and rapid updates. Let's step back. The smartphone became dominant because it combined always-on connectivity, a rich touch-based interface, and a billion-app ecosystem. Meta's glasses already deliver the connectivity. With the Neuroband and monocular display, they're inventing a new kind of interface for a post-touchscreen age. And while the App Store isn't here yet, it's promised. If they succeed, your phone becomes just a silent server in your pocket, a battery and a data connection feeding your glasses. And once carriers support glasses natively, even that pocket rectangle may become optional. Think about how many tasks today happen on autopilot: glancing at notifications, checking maps, scanning messages, recording video. Meta's glasses pull all of that into your line of sight. Instead of interrupting reality, they integrate with it. And then there's privacy. Meta already owns your social graph. With these glasses, they could know where you're looking, what you're hearing, and even micro movements of your muscles through the Neuroband. That's a goldmine of behavioral data. For the average user, though, convenience tends to trump caution. Voice messaging, real-time translation, instant video capture, these are compelling reasons to adopt. As with smartphones, we may accept the trade-offs and only later realize how much we've given away. Competitors aren't ready for this moment. Google Glass, the most famous attempt, stumbled a decade ago and became a punchline. Apple's Vision Pro is stunningly powerful but massive, priced like a small car and tethered to a battery pack. Great for the living room, not for the street. Samsung's rumored glasses still haven't surfaced. Against that backdrop, Meta's strategy lands like a precision strike. Ray-Ban styling instead of sci-fi bulk, a discreet monocular display instead of an intrusive visor, and self-contained hardware instead of dangling cables and belt packs. It's a combination no rival has managed to hit. And timing matters. Smartphones are mature, instrumental, predictable. Even hardcore iPhone superfans admit the leap from last year's model to this year's feels minimum. Wearable computing, on the other hand, is still a greenfield waiting for someone to define it. By shipping a credible, stylish, and genuinely useful product now, Meta could set the default in smart glasses the way Apple once set the default for multi-touch smartphones. And that should terrify the entire mobile industry. For the mobile industry, this isn't just competition, it's disruption on a seismic scale. For 15 years, smartphone makers built empires on iterative upgrades, sharper displays, more cameras, thinning bezels, marginally better battery life. Each of those advantages only matters if people are still staring at a slab of glass in their hands. But once your screen becomes a translucent overlay hovering inside your glasses, megapixels, refresh rates, and bezel thickness stop being the battleground. Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi, and the rest of the world would be forced to do something they haven't had to do in over a decade: pivot hard. Either they invent their own wearable platforms, staking their future on a new way of computing, or they watch their share of the world's most valuable consumer market erode as users begin skipping phone upgrades altogether. Part of what accelerates this is Meta's ecosystem. Unlike a startup trying to break into hardware, Meta already controls Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. It has billions of daily users. By integrating its glasses with those platforms, video calls on WhatsApp, sharing to Instagram stories, messages through Messenger, it can drive adoption at a speed few competitors can match. The risk of vendor lock-in is real, but so is the gravitational pull of that network. This is how platform dominance shifts overnight. Apple did it with the App Store. Meta could do it with ambient AR. 10 years from now, we may look back at 2025 as the year the screen left our hands. Meta's new AI glasses aren't just another gadget, they're a Trojan horse for the post-phone era. And if you think Apple, Samsung, or Google are going to sit while Meta defines that future, think again. This isn't just the next big tech product. This is the start of the fight to replace the most important device in modern life. And Meta just fired the first real shot. The future of computing might not be in your pocket anymore, it might be on your face. Let me know what you think of the new Meta Glass, and make sure you hit subscribe and like this video. It tells the algorithm you want more content like this and helps us bring you even more expert tech breakdowns.